betwixt the raising of the undying emperor and the great planar war that shook the heavens, there was an age of contradiction, where cannons won kingdoms and muskets kept the peace. A brave few won the hearts of the conquered and conquerors alike. Of these we speak of the decline of the great kingdoms and cultures under the heel of empire. Of those we speak of gladiators and the untold thousands that worshipped them. And this, an age of glory, where kings would be slaves and a gladiator would be king.
Good afternoon and welcome to Die Dragon Die presents the Dread and Circus campaign episode 30. I'm your DM and host Marty, joined by Ahmed and Adam. I think Mark will be joining us in a little bit. I'm going to unmute the mics, hot mics, hot mics.
Hello.
How is everyone doing on this fine Saturday afternoon?
What's up? I am still. I know there's a rule about no talk about politics on stream, but I'm still laughing about the Liberal Party losing so bad in Ontario that they're no longer a party. They lost party status.
Oh, that is so horrible. That is so horrible when that happens. What did they do to fuck things up so bad?
They messed up our power system. They've increased a bunch of cost of business. Electricity has gone up 250% in the last 10 years.
Yeah. You know what's weird about that is that we sell our electricity cheaply to Americans in Ontario.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they refinanced their windmill, their wind turbine farm that doesn't produce electricity over a 50-year period. So it looks like we're not going to be having balanced books in Ontario for at least 20 years.
Lucas, how's it going? We're just catching up on how the guys are doing. How are you doing, Lucas? Ahmed, what's going on?
What's up, guys? Well, today I was fasting again, and I decided it would be a good idea to work for 6 hours in the yard. I'm suffering right now.
Perfect.
Right.
I am not going to be balanced or able to be functional at all. Perfect for game.
Perfect. Awesome. So there's a lot of cleanup in this game because some shit happened over the last two games.
We Molly made. We need Molly made. There's shit all over the bed.
We might condense or we might whip through a couple of the kingdom turn or a couple of the gladiator turns because some of the gladiators went up 2 levels. Like, they were supposed to train for their next level, shit happened, and then they got so much XP that they're now, like, 4th level when they were second. Yes, a bunch of people leveled, all the masters leveled, so there's going to be a lot of, like, training and cleaning up in the last part of spring. So why don't we jump into that while we're waiting for Mark. I'll do a quick recap of what happened last game with the masters.
Lucas, what's going on, man?
Game 28 was the Sea God's demise. At this point, remember, Kryxes was pissed off, and he was about to come
Beat the living piss out of us.
unholy hell upon the Conclave of Crimson Scale. Plus, there were other things going on as well.
Why didn't you just give him a cookie?
Exactly. You could have just gave him the 2 first hit die fucking
cookie. That's what I don't understand. I come back, I'm like, yeah, you said give me somebody to murder. It's like, yeah, that's what. Give him somebody to murder. It's fine.
I'm going to sell him for a copper piece. His name is Vanu. Wait, what?
You guys now have high loyalty amongst your gladiators because you're willing to go to war of destruction.
Apparently.
So basically, when we're going through leveling up, remind me that the gladiators that you saved from the dragon, their loyalty has probably gone up. Like, they're now probably fighting, when we do the D6 method, effectively one more die because of how loyal they are to the Ludus at this point. Same with Czargon as well. So there is a lining in the horrible cloud of destruction.
There's a whole bunch of goodness in the stupidity.
Those guys that we saved two of them were also fighting with Magnus on the ship in the first city that we were in.
Yeah, I know.
Fleece and what's his name?
Soda.
Drain.
You came for me!
All right. So we flashed back a little bit with Zed. Zed made contact with the family of Ifrits devoted to the elemental god of Kossuth. He was doing this because he was looking for not only priests of his religion, but priests that could help Czargon the Red Dragon convert from the destructive, chaotic, evil god of draconic vortexes, Garrix, to a more uncaring, neutral deity of fire. So he made contact.
Everybody burns.
And he also came across some sort of like fire demon thing that lived in the basement of their temple, which was interesting. Sabros the Blackheart, who is the leader of the Sea God's Fury, or the Ludus,
What a dick.
and his pirate gang burned down the Beast Tamer stable and abduct the small red dragon Czargon. The survivors of the attack on the Conclave of Crimson Scale regroup and counterattack the Sea God's Fury. Ashoka warns the Count, while Sid spies on the pirates that stash the Red Dragon in the hold of a prison hulk called the Pandemonium. Damian leads the attack on the prison hulk, while Magnus joins forces with Maeve the Marooned Maiden to confront Kryxes at the Temple of the Sea Gods. Much blood is spilled this eve.
Magnus lockdown!
Leroy Jenkins!
Yeah, you kind of head tank Leroy that a little bit.
That was such a Leroy move.
Yeah, but did Leroy die, or did just everyone else die? Because
Everybody except Leroy died.
Okay, right. So you...
Leroy!
Jenkins!
Right.
God damn it, Leroy!
Funny. All right, so there were some deaths. Why don't I open up the afterlife section in our OneNote and just sort of go through some of the
Sprinkle tinkle through the
some of
people
the
who
deaths.
died.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's three two
So
deaths.
Akka died that game before.
Two I
Breathed
care
on
about.
by the dragon. Nyx died. He was eaten by Kryxes in draconic form. Bull died. His throat was slit after he got. This was the attack on the prison hulk. Hell Person wand knocked him out, and then a rogue came up and slit his throat. Vanu died. He got breathed on in the Temple of the Sea Gods. And Derm, Feed the Dragon, was their slave. He died because you left him outside in the street as the welcoming committee for Kryxes when he first arrived at the Ludus. So there are
He didn't do a good job.
There are some dead people.
Yeah.
There are also some people that are on the run. So I've created a list called
Sonya died,
Fugitives.
but she's not in our Ludus, though. But
Sonya died fighting the dragon as well.
just a
Yes.
comment. Just saying
So there are some gladiators that belong to the Conclave of Crimson Scale that are on the run. Prentice Pennywise killed his 2 guards while the chaos was happening and made his escape. The Wizard Ling also screwed off. The thing that we rolled, and I remember he left behind his spellbook. Like, you kept his spellbook separate from him. So Phineas still has his spellbook. I put his spellbook into the loot pages just as a reminder. But the Wizard Ling took off. Droll flew away. He said enough of this, just fucking flew away. Into the storm. He's the one that's least likely to be captured in Vatapol.
I hope he has a good life. I feel like he's had a hard, he finds a nice rocky woman and they lay some stone eggs. I don't know how it works.
And then one of the guys that was demanded as sacrifice escaped. This first level Inquisitor warrior Dren Zerko.
Oh, he escaped?
He escaped as well. Yeah, he when
enough.
everyone ran out of the Ludus, he just didn't return. So you have some fugitives that you don't know about, and then a bunch of people did level. So let's go through those. Ashoka leveled. Now we will need to burn up some training time for the characters, including the gladiators. But Ashoka is now let's see if I can increase the font.
7th level.
Ashoka is now 7th level. He's a 2nd level assassin, 5th level rogue, 7th level sorcerer. He took a custom feat called Death by Personality, which allows him to use his charisma instead of int on his assassin death attack. He also took spell penetration as his infernal feat, and has suggestion, hold person, true strike, and resist energy as new spells.
Cool. Phineas, let's just go through this. Phineas is now a 7th level mind alchemist, 7th level wizard. Let's see what he took as feats. Mark took craft wand and forge ring as his feats.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. He's making
craft wand was happened at 5th, but forge ring was the latest. And then alchemist, he's got haste as a spell, and his 4th level wizard spells are dimension door and scrying. Ooh, that's going to make Phineas very, very more involved in the politics of what's going on. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, Magnus. Magnus has healed 2 hit points from the Sea God's blessed form. We'll just continue to keep track of that.
Keep that there.
What? You don't want a statuette of regeneration?
No, I'm good.
Barbarian 4, Brawler, Mutagenic Baller 1, Rogue Scout 2. Interesting. What feats did you take?
So Magnus took 2 feats. Let's see. The first feat was a spring healed sprint. So instead of doing one move as part of a spring attack, he does his full movement. So he does 80-foot move.
Cool.
Spring attack, and also lunge. So I'm thinking long arms, lunge, reach weapon that does trip, spring attack.
You got a 2nd feat at 7th because you used your rogue
yeah,
talent.
So rogue talent, I took combat
trick.
feat. Combat trick, sorry, and took spring healed sprint, and then I took lunge on 7th regular feat.
All right, and then the remaining gladiators. Oh no, the submasters, the secondary masters. Damian is now a 6th level swashbuckler bard. Let's see if there are any feats that he took.
He's got another Bab.
I don't think
He's got another
knows.
Bab. He took. He's got mirror image, cat's grace, heroism, and heroic fortune. Given that we're playing with hero points, that is a good one.
He sent an email or a text message or something to me saying I took heroic fortune because I'm so sick of not having a hero point. I will spread my own hero point.
Funny.
It's like it's cocaine.
Hero points are cocaine. Okay, and then Sid is an alchemist 6, rogue 6.
Yeah, so Sid, I want to retrain him to be alchemist, a trap breaker, an archetype of alchemist. And
what kind of alchemist is he now?
He's just a regular alchemist.
He's regular alchemist, regular rogue.
Okay.
So I want to train him into archetype trap breaker, which gives him ability to make mines. And
deal with traps, right? Like only if
he gets a huge bonus on dealing with traps.
No. You get to throw a bomb at a trap, and even if it goes off, who cares? Because I'm from downtown throwing a bomb like an asshole.
And you get to deal with magical traps, because right now he can't.
He's a rogue.
Yes.
Oh, never mind. Right, I
am a rogue. Well, there's a lot of bonuses.
What are you giving up?
Poison. I want to use mines.
Okay.
Sid wants to use mines.
Got it.
They have to be done properly. You have to.
So you not only have to train to level, then you say you want a training activity to retrain.
To retrain, I need to retrain. Yeah. It doesn't have to happen now, but I prefer to do it before I level.
And then, Zed leveled up from 5th level druid monk to 6th level druid monk.
It's a really good level for a druid monk. Oh,
yep.
So he can now turn into large animals, tiny animals, and small elementals.
Cool.
And that's awesome. Yeah, basically, he can AC tank pretty good.
Took dodge as his monk feat. I'm assuming that's a prereq for something.
No, it's the. I didn't really like any of the other feats, so it's
an extra AC, fine.
It's an extra AC. Well, it was but most of the other stuff he has is mostly superseded by the ability to wild shape. So, he's just beefier. His AC is a huge bump to AC and damage.
Did you level up Nim? 7th level familiar?
No, I did not.
Okay, so that's something to do.
Yep.
Then we get to the gladiators. Now, we actually have to roll in time, like, to figure out when they level, but Sona went from 3rd to 5th. He's now a Bard 5, Arcane Duelist, Fighter 5, and let's have a look at his feats and spells. So, he's got Arcane Bond, so his whip, I believe, now is his Arcane Bond.
Okay.
He's got Whip Mastery at 4th, which was no AOs, lethal damage with any whips, and ignore natural armor restriction. And then Improved Whip Mastery, he threatens an area equal to his natural reach plus 5. So he can reach 15, but he threatens 10.
Nice.
He can use the whip to grasp unattended objects, to pull them into his square with a melee touch attack, AC 10 to succeed. And then he could grasp objects like a grappling hook and free action let go. So he can do the, like, whip onto the chandelier and and swing and that sort of thing. Bard spells, he took Mirror Image, Heroism, Bladed Dash, and I believe he's got... Yeah, he's got the ability to have extra arcane spells. 1 plus his charisma modifier, and I didn't buy all 3 of them, so he has See Invisibility, even though bards normally don't. I don't think that's a bard spell.
Which
See Invisibility?
See Invisibility? No, bards can't do that.
Yeah. But Sona can.
I will just confirm that. No, bards can, as a 3rd circle bard spell.
Okay, well maybe we want to pick a different one.
See Invisibility is a good spell. It's priests that can't use it. Because they have to purge the invisibility. Purge the unbeliever.
That's fine. We'll leave it like that for now. And then... Drain leveled from 2nd to 4th. The 4th level marksman. He's got Hunter's Bond now, and I don't think any feats. His favorite enemy didn't go up. Vicious Aim allows him to add half his favorite enemy to all of his attacks if the favorite enemy is not applying, so that's good. He's just a little bit more beefy. Fleas leveled from 2nd to 4th. He's a Gladiator 4, Bard 4. The Gladiator class we're using is a third-party class from Tripod Machine. And what did he get? He got Lingering Song and Double Slice as feats, and his spells are Heroism and Bladed Dash as well. Or his new ones. Old Vigo leveled from 1st level Sorcerer to 3rd level Sorcerer. I've redone his character sheet for 3rd level Sorcerer. His ability scores suck so bad. His hit points are really crappy. Like at 3rd level, he's got 12 hit points. But he could train up his ability scores so that he at least has 10 in all of his physicals. Like you could salvage this character is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah.
3 to get his con to 10, 2 to get his dex to 10, and 1 to get his strength to 10, and he would have he would have like no negative physicals.
We could use him to do stuff around, like help Phineas with crafting or...
Well, he doesn't have the craft feats, so he's kind of still not 100%.
Well, he's 3rd. He's not doesn't have anything.
Finally, there we go.
Hey, Mark.
There, man. Oh, there he is.
Sorry about that, guys.
He's
right back.
Because he has some leftovers from being a gunslinger. I kept point blank shot, and I gave him precise shot as a feat. Basically, he's going to be a ray mage. Like he's gonna
have to have a good ability score.
He's going to pretend to shoot guns and shoot rays out of his fingers. He's all old and confused. Identify, Shield, Grease, and Rave Enfeeblement are his spells because he used Grease during the dragon fight to a significant effect. Basically reducing the dragon's
ability to 5-foot step.
Land-based speed. Yeah. Could not maneuver. Okay, so these are the characters that actually need to be trained. While we went ahead and updated their character sheets offline, because leveling up is kind of boring to stream, they still need to invest the training points to get these guys. And then Czargon is the last. Czargon, you haven't talked to the beast tamers, but given that part of their facilities have burned down and they got attacked because they had the red dragon, they may not. That you have to discuss the you have to negotiate the updated terms to the deal. They may not want Czargon like in their Ludus anymore, or may not be able to handle him. Of course, that may lead to Zed changing houses, and we'll see what happens. But Czargon is now a 4th level character. He's an Oracle 2, Barbarian 2, Sorcerer 4. The Barbarian, now get this, the Barbarian rage power that he has is a Fiend Totem Lesser, gain Gore attack while raging.
Extra attack as part of a full round hit, but bite,
Right.
tail, slap, wing, wing.
So right now, he's not big enough to have the tail and wing, but he has when raging, a bite, 2 claws, and a Gore.
Stop headbutting. It's
Yep.
because he kept putting him in a.
He kept on banging his head against the side of the cage.
I'm thinking of the harness, the muzzle.
Yep.
Put him in a muzzle too many times, and he starts just.
He's like, hey, my horns can be. So he's good at using his horns. His spells are the ones in red are the ones he gets kind of like through that red dragons just get. I'm sort of treating like the racial spells that dragons get as spell-like abilities as bonus spells for his sorcerer bloodline. So detect magic, identify and pyrotechnics, but he took mirror image. He's got shield, mage armor, expeditious retreat, because sometimes they tie up his wings so he can't fly around. So Czargon, when he rages, the little guy, he's small. When he rages, his strength is 28 without buffs. His AC is 21 without 2 spells, so it could be increased to 29 with 2 first-level spells. And he's biting for 1d6 plus 13 when he power attacks.
Perfect.
No, 1d6 plus 19 when he power attacks and rages. 1d6 plus 20 when he has Divine Favor up, which he can cast on himself. So you may want to take advantage of this dragon as a gladiator.
Yep. Well, we kind of need a fluff piece fight, so I guess we're going to kill some goblins with the dragon. Dragon versus goblins.
All right. So where do we want to start? Do we want to go to the Ludus sheet and plan out a few turns based off of the stuff that has happened?
Yeah, but I think part of it is going to depend on like what is happening with the ship.
You don't know. We pause at the end of.
No, that's what
Here
I
we
mean.
go.
We can plan a few turns, but the plans might change.
Okay, we can go back to the people that are on the ship and figure out what transpires there and what they're doing, right? So.
Yeah,
let's
it's just
go
like
back to
are there other people that we have to deal with? Is there,
All right, so let's go to the ship. This is Damian, Zed, Ashoka, Sid snaps out of the. Well, he might be raised. I don't know.
You mean Bull?
No, Bull's dead.
Bull's dead. Who's raised?
Yes.
You're saying someone might be raised.
Sid is unconscious right now. Somebody might be able to apply healing to him. What are you guys doing with the Hulk captain and the Hulk officer? Mark, are you there?
Hulk Captain's dead.
Mark's a piece of denim. Oh, there he comes.
Right. Right.
Mark, we're on the prison Hulk. This is directly after the fight, before the harbor guard arrives. What are you doing?
You're muted.
Ashoka's there too, right?
You've got some sort of shin splint? What the? You got a stitch? Mark, you're muted.
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
You need a... Oh, okay.
It's like the summoning music for Mark.
Oh, it's
So what do
It's,
the verbal components of the summon Mark spell sound like?
Sandstorm.
Also, I did wrong boo-boo that I hadn't leveled Sid. In the sheet that I was using, he actually has way more hit points than he was supposed to.
Oh.
So
yeah. I was looking at him after you said you'd leveled him, and I'm like, that wasn't what.
It wasn't
gonna
leveled
tell him how to-
properly at all. It wasn't leveled properly at all. So even he didn't have armor on. He had nothing. He's like, why am I fighting without armor? Yeah. So
Yeah. Anywho.
that happened.
I can't fix that if you.
I know it's on me. Don't worry about it. That was right here, 100%.
So the question that was being raised is: did Damian do anything to the Hulk captain or his first officer?
Oh no, he actually wants them alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Look.
Okay, so the Hulk officer and the Hulk captain are stable. Let me just chuck the rest of the bodies. What about the other downed people in the crew? Are you executing them? Or are you leaving them alive?
Stab.
So Damian goes about. Who is partaking in the stabbing?
Zed does not care one way or the other. He's not saving nor unsaving.
Okay. Nem, because he's very polite, asks for permission from Ashoka before helping Damian out.
We'll wait for Damian to have killed... 7 is a good number. And then we'll let Nem help out.
Okay, Nem, you were about to stab when you see this little tiny blood-soaked Fae sticking its tail into one of the fallen throats. He's grinning up at you, Damian.
Oh. All right, more the merrier. He's doing a little waltz.
Yep.
And he's using his rapier kind of like one would a cane in a dance, and he just like taps it down into someone's chest or throat.
He's having fun. Okay,
Yeah.
this little beat-up dragon is being dragged out of the hold. Sona comes out. You know there's lots of prisoners down there. Oh, Sid.
Oh, there.
Oh, yes, a second. We'll see who they belong to.
Ashoka will give a Cure Light Wounds wand to Sona and instruct Sona to wake Sid up, as well as give Ashoka some healing.
Okay.
That's great. Sid got that beating.
So,
Like 2 charges each, I think.
2 charges each is probably good.
Ashoka doesn't feel like he's immediately going to keel over and die.
Okay, Sid, you've got. I don't know what your hit point total is because you said it was wrong. So basically, you have 5 hit points, and non-lethal damage equal to your hit points minus 10.
Hit points minus 10. Yeah, he has 40-some hit points, not 27. He had a while to go.
You got effectively 38 non-lethal.
38 non-lethal, and let's leave it at 38. We'll leave it at what?
Or whatever.
20
Not
damage?
38 non-lethal.
It doesn't. It's fine. He's okay.
If you take 15 damage, you fall asleep. That's the...
Yeah. So I'm quickly gonna roll for Sid and Magnus's hit points.
Sure.
A D8 for Sid. Nice. A D10 for Mag. Reroll the 1.
One's a roll again. Yep.
Oh, right. Gonna do that. I'll take that. 7 and 3.
Well,
Ashoka is
that's
in
what
this-
you rolled. So yeah, you're gonna take it.
7.
Retraining. You can train
Make
for
you a
hit
deal,
points,
Marty.
so-
Yeah, no, hit point
don't like
training
this
is in the
one.
future.
Yeah.
Ashoka is going to send once Nem has killed a couple. He's going to send Nem to go check on Magnus,
Okay.
and if he's dead, to basically don't get killed yourself.
Nem basically, during the time of killing the people and watching Damian kill, he was just grinning at Damian the whole time.
He's so polite as he sends him to the afterlife, Master.
Yes, he is.
It is almost like he enjoys this. Perhaps the gods will make him a psychopump.
Perhaps they will.
And he grins up at Damian like he's got a newfound appreciation for Damian, and then flaps off into the stormy night to go check on Magnus.
Ashoka will go and check on the stocks of the ship.
Okay. You also see an area where you're pretty sure is the captain's quarters, like living quarters, and maybe his personal quarters. It's off this main door where I'm pointing on the Hulk.
Okay.
Zed has got Czargon, who's taken out of a bag. He's got some new shackles that they just sort of slammed over top of him roughly. He's breathing very shallow.
Oh, Ashoka's going to come back up. Oh no, is Czargon's awake? Because I think Zed used his curing spell to wake him up before. Yeah.
Czargon.
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
He's kind of clutching into Zed. He is not tiny. He is small. He's fucking heavy. Yep.
It's okay. These people saved you.
He's just growling at everything like a dog that's kind of agitated. What are you doing with Bull's body? Sona's wandered over to Bull's body, and he's
Ashoka is
sort of
making a mental note in a ledger of that's 5k worth that we're gonna need
Yeah.
to get back.
Sona's like with his arm and like a rag wiping some of the blood from Bull's body, having a look, but he's kneeling down beside it. All right, so Ashoka's making a note. Zed is tending to Czargon. Damian, what are you doing?
Once he's had his fun, he's gonna look for a ship's ledger, see if they've got
Pause.
if there's any ownership papers for the slaves, or
Got
if
it.
these are just people who were kidnapped.
Yep.
Oh, Sophie, hurry!
What would that be called? What is it called? It's deeds to a ship, but what would be the documents for a...
Manifest?
That would be what's on the
ship.
boat. But
That's the list of what
Well,
needs on the boat.
The ownership paper for the ship.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
certificate of ownership.
I'll check to see if there's a word for this.
I'm pretty sure humankind has been dark enough to come up with a specific word.
Yeah.
If not, I'll make something up.
Documentation. It's proof of ownership for a pleasure craft. Is a pleasure craft license.
Okay.
Vessel
So
ownership.
let's do Damian first. Damian, you wander into Captain Drossek's quarters. There's a large table carved. Everything is hanging from hooks because you're on a ship. You do see that he's got more personal quarters in behind. He has a small library, like a small bookshelf with some books on it. You take a peek back into his captain's quarters. There is a masterwork oak and iron sea chest that looks like it's locked. It's this big box that is locked. You did not see lying out in the open anything really important looking. Perusing some of the titles of the books, it's like, I don't know, like some adventure books mixed in with some law books, mixed in with some geography books.
Okay.
It's sort of a hodgepodge collection, like they might have raided it from
Different ships.
different ships or found them along the way.
Okay, he'll categorize them and.
Okay.
Keep
But
an eye-
it's the big oak and iron sea chest that looks important. That's where like a lot of stuff could be.
All right. So, anyone particularly good with locks?
Sid is still sitting on a barrel. The top deck covered in blood, bodies lying strewn everywhere, just taking a breather.
Dad!
You're muted.
Dad!
Oh, that sucked.
Sorry about that.
As well, you should be
I
sorry.
don't know what came over me. I was just there standing still and they're just beating on me like, what the hell? I said, want to kill him. But say, can't move.
Yes, well, that is a pity.
Yeah, I didn't kill anyone.
Well, what you could do to make yourself useful is open this. Won't that be fun?
Open what?
This.
He's pointing at this big sea chest that he half dragged out of the room and then got tired and just sort of left it in the doorway between.
Yeah. Maybe there's someone dead inside.
Oh, there could be. It's heavy enough, for sure.
All right. Sid's gonna go and take a look.
Okay. Give me a disable device check.
D20 plus that.
Back off. This might be on my bombs.
No, backing off.
Traps or something.
Mm-hmm.
24.
That is not good enough to open up the good lock on the chest.
Can I try again?
Zed cast warp wood on the box.
Okay, so
He's sitting there holding the dragon, cast warp wood.
the box isn't magical, so I don't think it gets a save. The wood is all fucked up. You notice that like it kind of decompressed a little bit. A couple things snapped. There are some things that are spilling out the side. You heard a rustle of papers. And you also see that it had two compartments, like a hidden compartment underneath the main compartment, and that kind of just busted all open, like almost sprang open.
Well,
The lock is still there, and
Yeah.
you might be able to reach in to grab some things, but it's not.
Can Sid try again on the lock?
Yeah, I'm going to increase the DC by 2 because the whole thing is skewed off to the side. So DC 32.
Sid just shakes
Open
his
lock.
head. 28, not.
You know. Thanks, but no thanks.
why don't you go resume your paralysis? Because that'll make you as useful as you've been all day.
Sona
Looks at him.
Sona goes over and gives you some inspiring words for a +2 competence bonus to your next attempt.
There we go, 39.
Okay. Finally, ka-tink! But the wood almost snapped and got you in the hand after you like opened the lock and pushed it up. It was still all warped and twisted. Now you can access the contents, and you have effectively ruined Captain Drossek's locker, which is a masterwork oak and iron sea chest. Good lock. There was a key. It was in his pocket. Or around his neck or something like that. And there was a secret compartment, which is now also ruined. All right, inside you find the Pandemonium Manifest. This describes the current stuff that is in the ship and stuff that it historically had in the ship. You find the captain's logbook, so where it's been and what they've been up to.
Okay.
You find papers that are proof of ownership for slaves. Some of them have been stamped, some of them have not been stamped and are ready for stamping. You find a document that proves ownership of the Pandemonium belonging to a man by the name of Captain Drossek. I think he has a first name that I detailed. Hulk. His name is... No, he's got a first name. We'll call him Dirk. Captain Dirk Drossek. Like, he's actually, like, a legitimate captain.
Dirk the Jerk.
You find some maps of various regions that you need to really look at. You really need to have knowledge geography to understand. They seem to be sea charts and maps.
I have knowledge board.
Nice. He has a couple of a small box of coins, maybe about 100 or so gold coins, and maybe a handful of silver. What is very impressive is that there's a case with a simple latch on it. You open it up, and it's lined like poker chips. There are 1,000 platinum coins in this case.
Oh. Okay.
This was near the top of the box. You find a magnifying glass in an expensive-looking darkwood case, as well as a bronze-trimmed spyglass. In the secret compartment is a pouch of tools. We'll call them Masterwork Thieves tools.
Do you need those by any chance, Ahmed?
And then in a small velvet pouch, there is a single diamond of great quality and clarity and size.
Like 5,000 grade? Like a 10,000 grade?
You roll appraise.
I'm a druid. I don't appraise shit.
It's a sparkly rock. Looks like glass.
I'm not going to point Zargon's face at it. I will keep Zargon's face pointed the other direction.
Right. Sona's now pointing out what's magical on the pirates. Captain Drossek's shirt, he says, has significant magic. Both his left and right hand, the frost and fiery daggers, have magic. The Scourge of Man is the name of Drossek's whip. Drossek's belt has significant magic, so do his boots and his cloak. Some of the officers had studded leather. There are 2 magical suits of studded leather, 2 magical rapiers, and a magical club that was on the wizard. There are probably 15 different potions, and then 2 wands of hold person that have charges still left in them. Cool. Coleskin's onyx eye was a headband. Basically, it's a little black gem that goes in your forehead. That is magical. So was Coleskin's amulet of natural armor. His ring is evocative, and you find his spellbook and a little bit of money in some of their pockets.
Lady ring.
So the looting is going on as you guys are dealing with the stuff below. Ashoka has wandered down below, and you can see that there's a massive tree creature that is unconscious. It looks like they sometimes take torches and burn the sides of him, like they're like spent torches all around, as well as a box of torches near the door that leads in. You can see that there are some prisoners on the other side. Hey, let us out of here! You! Quiet, he might be... I think he's one of them.
Where were you picked up?
One of them does say to you, they're not as slow as Marty is. Give me a second. I don't remember the names of my places on my world. Shut up.
You're making that up.
Some of them say some places that sound like they're from the Dunthirst lowlands.
Do they have the look of
They're humans.
Non-imperial humans?
Well, by their dress, yeah, they're wearing like really, really shitty garb. It's almost like they were stripped of their previous clothing and they're wearing simple tabards.
Do you have tattoos or markings? Brands? That sort of thing?
Yeah, of course. We're condemned.
Oh, Mark's not in the...
What one of them says, I'm not condemned. I'm just indebted. Shut up! And one guy goes and fucking punches him in the ribs.
Fighters, eh? Are any of you particularly skilled?
None of us are gladiators. One of them says something that is music to your ears, Ashoka. But we don't mind getting done what needs to be done. The others may not have agreed with that guy. A couple of them slowly nodded, like if that's how we get our freedom. But there's one guy who's got this this untrusty look across his face.
I'm going to call you Akka.
we need to find the scummiest looking ne'er-do-well.
Okay, add him to the list.
You can hear all sorts of goblins.
Lucas is mentioning that he can't see. Mark is not in the.
Oh well, fuck.
I'm not in anything.
There's a giant mark. Sorry, I only have 2 monitors. My next computer setup, we will have 3 monitors, so I can actually see what we're streaming.
The stream plus what you think you're streaming plus all of the tools.
Plus all the tools for DMing, exactly. It gets really busy. I need to see the players' faces, I need to see chat, and I need to see 2 versions of map tools, and then the character sheets, and then some spreadsheets, and then, yeah, it starts to...
There's the quad monitor setups, and then there's also the, 40-inch, 20-inch high type super panoramic awesome monitors.
Hell, even I prefer to have my character sheet up on the iPad than my computer over
right,
here.
You've got effectively 2 screens, right?
I'm using 2 screens for this.
Yeah. I need at least 3, but money.
Well, you're running the whole shebang. So.
Right.
Graphics
we'll wait a few more months.
Yeah.
Okay. Ashoka makes note of the one whom he will ask for.
I'm the only really breadwinner in my whole entire family because some people are retired, and let's just say that certain medical bills from my family probably are coming my way, so big expenditures are on hold for a little while. Yeah.
That's less than great.
No, that's not fun.
Welcome to the jungle.
It's like I don't even have kids, and where do these
You do
payments?
now.
Why are these
You
payments
do
coming
now.
from? Right.
Who
It's like, well,
needs braces? What?
No, it's more serious than that. But
yeah, no, I know.
Yeah. Okay, let's neither here nor there. All right, that was a tangent. Hey, we can't see Mark. Medical bills. There's a connection, but okay. So Ashoka is looking at some human prisoners, and you can hear this racket made by goblins downstairs.
Okay. Continue our way down. We've picked out 2 potentials: giant tree ant and murderman.
Okay, there are a bunch of gray-skinned gnomes. Give me a knowledge nature.
Knowledge local Vinvasa, Volcanica, Vatapole. Arcane?
Arcana, but it would be increased DC. It'll be 15 instead of 10. Gnomes. They must just be dirty or something. 2 males, two female gnomes. They're watching. They're quiet, but they're all like hands on the bars, like looking to see what's going on. The goblins are all they're banging their like little trays for food and running them up against the bars, and like they kind of acting like monkeys.
Do any of you speak a civil tongue? He will repeat that in Imperial Common, Nagaji, and Draconic.
What you want? Let us out!
Imperial Common. There's a couple of them.
What is your breeding?
What?
Who are your parents?
They look confused.
The names of your ancestors.
Mothers!
And their den mothers?
The den mothers. Fat ones with big hips become den mothers.
Oh, they're all laughing.
Very good.
Let's see if there are any smart ones in the group.
Yeah.
1 and
Do you have
256.
genetics that are worth anyone's time?
So 11D 256. The higher the number, the smarter they are.
You want me to roll that?
No, I got it. Okay, there's one reasonably smart, or two reasonably smart ones.
Are there any heroes in your lineage of import?
They all talk amongst themselves, and they seem to be pushing one forward. This one goblin's looking at you.
I'm not hero. I am, shaman. Shaman apprentice.
That's what he says. He lowers his... I'll just make a note that there is the evil bastard, evil scum, times 1. And then we'll say that there is a shaman apprentice, times 1.
We are from Shadow Woods. Men came to our village. Kill many, take us prisoner. We do nothing wrong.
I'm certain that you didn't.
Yeah, they are undocumented subjects of the Empire.
Yep. All right, gnomes. Why so gray?
Are you asking them?
Yes.
What language?
Common.
Which common? Imperial or
Imperial.
Stygian?
I don't even speak Stygian Common. I came from a different world.
Okay, so you recognize Stygian Common being spoken amongst them. And let's see if any of them know Imperial Common, because they came from a different continent. 4, 100. If I roll a 4, they speak Imperial Common. Nope. Oh, one does. One of the females does.
We're from Mount Stondagal, she says. It is where our people are from.
Why are you gray?
Why are you green?
Father's complexion.
Our people are gray.
What do your people do?
Do our people do? Well,
She names some
Crafters, farmers,
yes,
Right.
of course.
mages.
None of us here are warriors.
Oh, give me a single percentile.
$12. Gus has a bab. You should talk to
Give me a
Gus.
D12.
10.
Ranger.
I don't know. I don't know what 10 is in the list.
Some of us have different skills.
That's what she says.
All sorts of skills have their uses.
She names the others' professions. She doesn't name her own. It's like, I was a carpenter for small boats, and a fisherman, and some sort of scullery maid, but she does not name her own.
Sense motive. Shit. Some sort of thief? Feels like a thief to me. Oh. Modron's not listening. Oh, there he goes.
Nope. I will
No.
reset.
Oh, sorry. I rolled a 1d1 and then you responded with the 1d1. So, yep.
He has been reset.
24.
There we go. She's got condemned tattoos, like brands. You wonder where she got the hairpin from?
How sharp is that hairpin?
Sharp enough. She looks worried.
How long is your sentence?
We're going to... I'll likely end up in the arena.
And how long before you are supposed to die in the arena?
Months?
The other Sverf, you notice, aren't as friendly towards her. They don't quite know what you're conversing about, but they don't seem surprised with your 24 that the two of you are talking.
Yeah, she likes demon snake people. Some sort of devil man. Alright, Ashoka thinks to himself, hey, look! Maybe you should let Ashoka do the grocery shopping all the time, because he's going to come back with a bunch of assholes. Hey,
Right, it's like, you, and you.
You all feel morally ambiguous.
Alright, there are 5...
We're checking the treasure upstairs, right?
Yeah, you guys are looking
Yeah.
for treasure upstairs.
Go ahead and look at the master's loot section. You get a good sense of what the treasure looks like. Of course, you got to identify
Nice.
it all. But Ashoka, you go downstairs. You could see that there are 2 Ifrit that are praying. A man and a woman. They're holding hands while they're praying. And there's a rowdy bunch of half-orcs that look all rough and tumble and like some sturdy meat. 3 men and a woman. 3 men, 2 women, half-orcs.
What are they? Who are you-
Sorry, go ahead.
That's right. Oh, the Ifrit. Who are you praying to?
And no one. Says the woman. The man looks angry and
Come now.
fierce.
I am not here to harm you.
To our Lord in fire. The God of Flames. The man looks like he wants to bash your head in with his looks.
Don't put up with that. Murder him now.
Huh. Are you a priest?
What's it to you? He stands up, like gets up from his knees quite quickly, and he's up at the bars, his hands around the bars. She actually puts her hand on his shoulder. She says something in this wispy kind of